everybody, welcome to another video. We've got ourselves a couple of new guns, a Walcom Slim Kombat and the Slim Xlite, Walcom Slim Xlite. Now these two guns are very similar, so what we're going to do is going to unbox them. There's no spraying in this video, so if you're after spraying then you need to go somewhere else at the moment. I will get a few spraying videos up, but I haven't got any at the moment because I've literally just got the guns. But I thought it was worth looking at these two just as an unboxing, really, see the difference, because there doesn't seem to be much of the two together. So first thing I'll say is these boxes are terrible. They're so difficult to get undone. You need to push that in and pull that up, but anyway, they're not very good. They're reasonably well made, but they're just not very good and not very well thought out. Now if there's a lot of background noise, I apologise, because we're in the middle of a storm at the moment and it seems to be getting worse, which is not what I had anticipated. But anyway, so here's the two guns. First thing you'll notice is that the cups are the same size. Now this gun is supposed to be a midi size gun, and this gun is supposed to be effectively a full size gun. But as you'll see later, when I get the two out together without the boxes in the way, they're very similar. But what you will notice is that the Slim Xlite has a small reception for its cup, and the Kombat has a large reception. So this is the same as like the 360 Carbonio, the bigger guns, and this is the same as the Ego and things like that, as far as I know. I haven't got an Ego, although that is on the shopping list. So I'm not quite sure why they've done that, because as you'll see when I get the two guns together, they're more or less the same size. You get a gauge which is better than nothing. It's not a brilliant quality gauge, to be fair, but it's not, you know, that bad. Got a cover on it. Cover's good in that it protects the gauge. Obviously the bad part about it is that it just makes it bigger and gets in the way. So I mean, I don't think I'll be using the gauge anyway, but if I was, I'd probably remove that. So that's that. You get obviously your instructions, and you get a set of drawings as well, for what it's worth. One thing that I do think is quite funny is that this gun, the Kombat, we'll get them out, shall we? Kombat is actually more expensive than the Slim Xlite, and that's reflected in the spanner. It's the same spanner, but with the cheaper model you don't get the rubber grip, and I just think that's silly. That probably costs the manufacturer about 2p, you know, 3 cents, something like that. It costs them virtually nothing. So why they've done that, I really don't know. It just seems like a silly thing to do, but they have anyway. So we'll keep the better quality spanner out, or better gripped spanner anyway. The rest of it you don't need to see, so I'll put these two away and then we'll come back to the guns. So back again. Before we start on the guns, let's just have a quick look what you get in the pot. So this is for the Slim Xlite. You get some lubricating oil, you get some plug-in filters which plug in down like so. It pushes in up to there, and then that obviously filters your material. You get 3 of those. I don't use those, I filter before it goes in normally, or most people maybe use PPS cups, and that's another reason why having 2 separate receptions is silly, because it means people have got to buy 2 lots of adapters. You also get a little service kit, and we'll leave that out because we'll need that, but the service kit includes a baffle behind the tip, a seal there for sealing in the fluid needle so the fluid doesn't come back, a couple of seals for going in here, and some seals as well for around the front of the cap, where it seals against the body of the gun. So a really good touch, that nice touch, the little service kit, because that won't cost the manufacturer much, but it can save you a lot of problems. So yeah, I like that, very much like that. I'm surprised other manufacturers don't do that. As I say, it's not going to cost them a lot, but maybe they just lose out so much on spare parts anyway. So this one, which is the Slim Kombat, is basically the same kit, different filters because it's the bigger cup. Takes the more conventional filters, and you've got some lubricating oil to lubricate your needle and your spring and things like that that you need to lubricate. The cups are reasonably well made. They look very well made actually. Yeah, very well made, nice and strong, secure if you need to use the cups. So let's get on with these two. Now these, to me, they look exactly the same. The outer ring of the cap is different. This one is effectively made of, they have an aluminium inner body, and then they put on this one, it's a Kevlar outer, and on this one it's just an aluminium outer. So this one is actually heavier, this one is heavier than this one. Although this one is called the Slim Xlite, the Slim Kombat is actually lighter. I made a note of the weights here because I weighed them earlier. The Slim Xlite, which is this one, is 410 grams, and the Slim Kombat, which is obviously this one, 320 grams. So it's about 20 to 25% difference, and you can feel it in your hand. Obviously it's a reasonable amount of weight to feel that that is different. So those are your two caps, but this end cap to me looks exactly the same as each other. I don't know whether you can see it, but it looks exactly the same as each other. It's only the outer ring that's slightly different, and I say that because I don't think they actually go on each other very well. Oh, maybe they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, so it's literally, as far as I can see, just the material. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that doesn't go on there quite right. So yeah, they are different rings. So we'll leave it at that. They're different rings, but they are, as far as I can tell, the same tips. Let's whip the tip and needle out. Needle's got a nice little recess there that you can pull it out, which is always good. When manufacturers do that, it's always good because it just makes it easier. Because sometimes you're left trying to grab the end. So here's your tip, and we'll do the same with this one. Whip this out, whip the needle out, and just whip this out. And as you can see, the tips look exactly the same to me. These are the same size, I ordered the same size, but they look exactly the same to me. Everything's the same, so one will fit on the other. This is the Xlite one, and it fits fine in there. So I will keep them separated how they came, but that, you know, as you can see, they do go on each other. This here is for removing this. When you want to clean it, when you want to give it a good clean, just put that in there and pull, and off it comes. It's a bit like the SATA one. The SATA one, you've got like two little prongs you push in and turn and pull it out. This, you just literally pull it out. There's no like way for it to go in. It just literally goes in and out. So you just put it in there and press it, push it, and then put your tip in. But it's handy for cleaning. It's good that they give you a tool to get it out with. As far as the rest of the quality goes, you can definitely feel this. It's quite cold in here at the moment, and this feels warmer to handle, which is nice, and it's definitely lighter. It's more expensive. Going back to what I was saying, these guns look exactly the same size to me. This one is supposed to be more of a midi gun, and this one is supposed to be more of a full size, but they don't look any different at all. You can see there, they look more or less exactly the same size to me, and the only thing that makes it different is the size of the reception for the paint cup. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why they did that. They could make that the same size as that, and then you would only need one PPS adapter, but you know, manufacturers don't always do that, I suppose. As I say, I haven't used them yet. Looking forward to using them, see what they perform like. To give you an idea of size, that is a DV1S, which is considerably smaller. It's also lighter. DV1S weighs 300 grams, which is just a little bit lighter than this one. And this one, as I said, was it 410? Yeah, 410. I've got it down there. 410. So that's a GTI Pro Lite. That's 400 grams, so it actually weighs slightly less than this, a bit more than that, and that will give you an idea of size. So these are quite big guns. So if you're looking at this as a MIDI gun, it's actually quite big. And we'll try it against the AZ4, which is, for me, a big mini gun. More like a MIDI gun. And it's actually bigger than that. So it's quite a big gun. So I don't think I've missed anything out that I can remember. Anyway, as I say, sorry about the background noise, guys, but we were in the storm. I can't remember what it is now, but it's the second one of the year, so it begins with B. But hopefully you've been able to hear me and gain a bit of knowledge out of it anyway. Cheers, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks very much. Bye bye.